Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We start with the Eight of Pentacles today. This is a very peaceful and calm way to begin, right? This is the card of mindfulness. This is the card of I feel like you're a person that has a very calm demeanor right now. I don't feel that you're rushed. I don't feel that you are anxious. You're not in a hurry for anything. I feel like you're slowly tending to your gardens, maybe literal gardens, but figurative gardens, right? The internal gardens, the external gardens. I feel like you're treating the work that you do with reverence. And I feel a really calm peacefulness to you, which is it's very nice to see with you, Aries. I feel like you are someone who is very thoughtful. You pay attention to the details, right? I think you're very attentive to like your friends and what their needs are, like your family members, your pets, your plants, your people, right? I find that you're probably very thoughtful. You probably go out of your way to do something nice for someone, as often as you can. And I think that you are someone who's focused on this kind of slow and steady growth. I don't feel like you're looking for chaos. You're not looking for adrenaline. You're not looking for excitement right now. I think what we're looking for is peace. This is position 1 of our spread. It's called station. This is the way you see yourself. This is your subjective experience of life, and it feels like it's routine in a way, but it's a peaceful routine. It kind of reminds me of when I was in my early 20s, and I was living in a little studio apartment in Santa Clara, California. And I had my job, I had my friends, but I had my routines, I had my spiritual practice, my day was calm, peaceful. There was a lot to do, but it was very ordered, and it was very I would take time to enjoy the little moments, like waking up early, having a cup of tea, kind of outside, in the morning air, the pre-dawn hours, have my cup of tea, and then I'd go back inside. I would meditate for an hour. I used to wake up very early, earlier than I do now, so that I could enjoy that cup of tea, and I could meditate. I could take my day a little bit slowly, right? I wouldn't, and now, of course, I wake up at the last moment, and then I have to jump out of bed and say, I gotta hurry. So I feel like you're kind of in this space where you're giving yourself a little extra time to do things, so we can do them right, do them slowly, and really to just enjoy being in the presence, of ourselves, of the divine, of nature, of just the day you're in, the moment of, the time and space that you're in. So I feel like you're slowing down, and that's good. I think it makes us appreciate, it's kind of stopping to smell the roses, this card, yeah? Let's put this into a little bit of context, and let's see what this vibe is bringing you. Right now we've got the devil energy. We have an ace of swords, very good. We have, another Capricorn energy. It seems like maybe you're preparing for something, or that something really, really big is about to happen for you. We're in this slow, calm, I'm just taking my time, I'm doing things right, I'm enjoying the process, there's a peacefulness, I really feel this vibe of it's like a couple hours before sunrise, and you're just calm, maybe you're sitting outside, and the world hasn't woken up yet. and there's this peacefulness, and you're doing your thing, or you're doing some light exercises, you're stretching, you're just kind of breathing and like listening to the birds that are just starting to wake up in the morning. And I kind of feel that with this Capricorn energy, we have 2 Capricorn power cards. I would definitely watch the Capricorn reading if I were you. I feel like something's in the works. Yeah. Here we have a Princess of Cups. We have the 2 of Pentacles in the future. Okay, change. Change is coming for sure. I feel like this is a preparation. Maybe this is a calmness, right? Before an intense period of activity, an intense period of work. Maybe this is, maybe like you're going to have a really super busy day, hard-working day, right? You're going to run a marathon today. So this is that time before where we're just like, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to relax. I'm going to do my rituals and my practices. I'm going to meditate or pray or light the incense or put on music or just enjoy the silence. And we're not rushing. Okay, we're taking our time, but something really big is coming for you in your life. And I think it's going to be amazing. Let's do the path of the serpent. We have a 6 of Cups. That's the tranquility. That's the word. 6 of Cups, tranquility. But then we've got a 10 of Wands. We've got a Tower moment, and we've got a 7 of Swords. So yeah, this is going to be. This is a lot of build-up, a lot of preparation for something that really is truly going to break through. It's going to be a leveling up in your life. I always look at the Tower as a very positive card. Okay, I think the Tower, it doesn't always feel positive, and that's why it's in the position of kind of our obstacle, our unwanted energy over here with the Tower, because nobody wants a Tower moment. We want the breakthrough. We want the leveling up. We want all the good things that come after the Tower, but I don't want to have to go through that Tower to get it. But that's the way the world works, right? So the Tower is always very disruptive. It's always something that shakes us to our core. It's always something that tests us. It's always something that darn near breaks us, okay? And I think it changes our lives in a major way. I think that it very often feels like it is destructive. It feels painful. It feels horrible. No one wants to go through a Tower. But on the other side of it, we realize that it was for our ultimate good. Yeah. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right over here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any moment during this message you feel like you might know what that card could be, put your prediction in the comments down below. Okay. Now, as we look around the room here, we see major arcana energies. The devil energy is climbing the mountain. You're climbing up the ladder, breaking through the ceiling. Okay? And I feel like, I don't know, I almost feel like you're like an athlete or something, like, and this is the calm before I've got to go perform, out. I got to run that marathon. I got to play that big all-star game or World Series game or something, right? I feel like this calmness is really, it's wonderful, because a lot of people would probably be very anxious, that something is, and maybe this is, kind of suggesting that you don't know that it's coming. Okay? I feel like you do, though. Because we have the Ace of Swords down here, I feel like you know that this is happening, but you're maintaining a very calm demeanor. We're maintaining this tranquility, this inner peace. Really, right? Knowing that something very, very big is coming, like maybe it's today, maybe it's the next couple of weeks, where you're going to have to really step up and like give it your all and put in all of this energy, and it's going to kind of require, it's like you're very zen on the inside, and then you can be just a beast, in your expression when you need to. So I think it's really nice. I'm getting a connection with someplace in Bulgaria, I guess. I don't know what this is. It's for somebody specific out there. There's a connection with Bulgaria for you. I don't know if you're traveling there. Maybe you're traveling to the capital. I think it's Sofia. You're traveling to the capital or something for some event. I don't know if it's a sports thing or what's going on. But anyway, we've got our devil energy. The devil energy is this kind of hyper-focus, almost obsession, climbing the mountain. This is the engine of the car. I feel like right now you're just kind of relaxing. You're doing things slowly. It's kind of a mosey on in energy. You're doing the self-care. Maybe you're really focused on, I just got to stretch. I got to make sure I eat right, not too much, not too little. It's just kind of like, it's a perfect balance. And maybe this is maybe it's a physical preparation for some very intense physical work. We have a lot of earth cards on the horizontal axis of the path of the dove, okay? Earth, 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 earth cards. We got a little bit of fire. A little bit of water, good water. We've got some air, a challenging air. I think the air energy, the Seven of Swords, is a good card, but it's kind of telling you that you're going to be very happy that you did prepare, because there's going to be some opposition. Okay, there's going to be some, to me feels like some external opposition. So it is some kind of a competition or something that you're going to have to really work hard to get through it, you know. But it's something that you're preparing for. And I don't know if it's some kind of a performance, some kind of a job thing, and it's at work. Maybe it's a sporting event, or something athletic. Okay. So we have our air, and then of course we have our earth, and earth cards. Of course, the devil energy. Capricorn is an earth sign. Mars is more of this fire. It's really a burst of this fire energy. But position 2 is the battlefield, and this is where you're going to have to compete or push or fight, or where you're going to have to really focus on what you're doing and get it done. This is like you got your blinders on, you got the laser focus, you're hyper fixated, and it's you're going to do your best. It's kind of what this card is. It's saying like you have this driving force, you're motivated to do your very best, and because you're going to do your very best, you know that ahead of time, I need to take care of myself. I want to kind of just meditate, and I want to do my breathing and stretches, and I want to eat right, and I want to just stay loose. And I just kind of picture like somebody who's about to do this major sporting event, and they're just really trying to maintain this calm, tranquil kind of preparedness, But your battlefield, the challenge, the quest before you is then it's going to require that you perform your very best. And I feel like it's something in the physical world. So something regarding your physical fitness or your financial stuff, or it's your career, it's your work. It's some kind of a sporting event maybe, or some kind of a competition, or even maybe a performance. I think ultimately this is a performance anyway. Regardless of what this is specifically, it's a performance, you see. Whether it's a work performance, a school, at home, it's a career, it's, a sport. We're trying to perform our best. And maybe, I feel like you're a very athletic person, because I feel like you're very mindful of how you move your body, the things that you put it through, the things that you put through it, right? Food, nourishment. I think you're very attentive to that. The devil energy is really, it's the goat. You're trying to do your very best. It's a creative drive. It's an engine. It's kind of like I spent all weekend just babying the car, giving it a good wax, changed the oil, just kind of sat with it and like talked to it and stroke the fender and stuff. And now it's like, we're going to go drive the race tomorrow. Are you ready? And so I feel like this is kind of the nature of the energy for you right now. And this is now hyper-focused that we're going to, maybe you are, maybe it is a race. You're going to really have to turn it on. And we start the engine. And because we've put so much love into the preparation or into our life, into ourselves, kind of, you get the idea. We put so much love into it that it's going to perform the best that it ever has. You know what I mean? And so I feel like you're very mindful, very attentive of that. The Spirit's saying you make friends very easily. I feel like you're such a warm, loving person you have such, especially the Six of Cups in your general energy here, people see you as just like family. I think everywhere you go, people probably treat you like family. But yet you have this ability to just dominate in this, whatever this arena is that you're going to be participating in. It's such a powerful energy that you can, when you turn it on, it's on. And watch out, because you got the blinders on and you're hyper focused. And so this is kind of representing where you have to apply your energy right now. And I think there's something on the physical plane that's requiring you to do your very best. Okay? And maybe it's a math test. Maybe it's the finals. I don't know what it is. It feels quite athletic to me, but I'm just reading the energy that's here. Under the surface, we have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is this is our third position. This is the soul, right? And what it is a unified mind. That we are not divided against ourselves. We are certain. We are clear-headed. We are not clouded by doubts. We're in this pure, receptive energy to spirit. You can see that the tip of the sword here has penetrated beyond the chaos of the mind and is penetrated into outer space, receiving the cosmic rays, you know? So I feel that there's a mental clarity, fortitude, yeah, but clarity, a peace, an inner peace. Really, it's a Zen kind of energy. And I think that this is your method, this is your style, where you have to do this really big, challenging thing that most people would be, I'm anxious. I'm biting my fingernails, I'm stewing, I'm fidgeting, I got the jazz hands, I'm tap dancing on the shag carpet, I don't know what to do. You're just kind of like, shh, quiet, shh, just relax, you know? And so I feel like you're very good at handling stress, especially the anticipation of something like this. I don't know what it is. Maybe this is anticipation of, you know, something really wonderful coming into your life that's going to change your life, I think, in a very major way. The Tower is no joke, okay? So maybe it's not a performance, maybe it's not a sport necessarily, but it's something that we're preparing for, that we're kind of, we're allowing it to happen, and we're participating in it. Again, you have to do your very best. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be a lot of activity, a lot of movement. Okay, but there's a certainty here and there's a clarity here. Maybe this is even, I mean, I guess it could be about some kind of a relationship, some kind of a partnership or a collaboration, maybe. Okay. But this is the card of certainty, of a mental unity. Again, we're not entertaining all of those doubtful thoughts. We don't have the clouded mind, the confusion, the worries, the self-criticism. None of that stuff's here. We just have, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my very best. And what will be, will be. It's almost like we've in a way, we've tapped into that cosmic energy, that divine energy, and it allows us to sort of surrender and say, I'm going to do my very best. And surrendering, right? With that word, surrender, kind of gets a bad rap. It doesn't mean that we're just going to kind of lie around and not do anything and just be lethargic, like just melt into the floor. No, surrendering is saying, I'm going to do my absolute gosh darn very best, pardon my language. I'm going to go level 10, right? 10 of Wands here. I'm going to do the absolute very best of which I'm capable. And what will be, will be. You know, all we can do is our very best. And I think the outcome is going to be superb. But this inner clarity, this is the way to go. This is, instead of getting anxious, right? I think we have ways, we have practices to calm ourselves down so that we can just be ready. A clear mind. I feel just such a stillness right now with you. Looking at the background, position 4 is the dwarf position because it's yesterday's energy. And this is another Capricorn energy. This is a Knight of Pentacles, okay? And in this position, it's sort of influencing the future. What this card is looking at the future. Okay, so this was kind of like yesterday's energy where you you were looking at the goal. You're looking at the path before you, the mountain that's behind you. See this card? Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, looking at the mountain behind. Looking at the goal, looking at, well, really looking at like the Ten of Pentacles. Looking at the whole picture. The ideal outcome here. What is it that I'm going to achieve through this? So it's kind of like because we're not moving. In this card, we haven't started yet. The Knights are all about getting ready to begin something, just as the Queens are getting ready to end something or are processing an ending. This is how we're processing a beginning. I'm going to start this thing. And we're sort of looking at it. And we're sort of preparing ourselves physically, I think also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, for the task ahead. So we're looking at the Ten of Pentacles and we're seeing the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, and the Ace. The Ace is going to be that first step that we take, which I think is going to be either like right now, this afternoon, or, in the next couple days is when this thing really will begin. But having this, being able to look at the whole mountain, it's kind of like our Knight of Pentacles, we got to the base of the mountain, and we got off our horse. We set up a little campfire. We said, I'm just going to relax. I'm going to eat a bunch of good food. I'm going to laugh with my friends. I'm going to do my prep. I'm going to look at the mountain. I'm going to feel the awe of the mountain. Tomorrow, I'm going to get up. Tomorrow's going to be a hard day. Tomorrow's going to be a whole lot of work. Tomorrow's going to be that goat climbing the mountain. But today, I just get to relax and enjoy this moment before I have to go level 10, And I think it helps that you have an idea of what to expect, that you feel prepared, and that you feel that you have the right conditioning, I guess is the word. You have the right sort of fortification to handle what this is going to require of you. It may be something financial. Spirit is saying that there's something about money, that you have good money instincts, or there's something financial that Spirit's saying trust yourself. And whatever the financial thing is, you know the right thing to do. Okay. So I think you've prepared yourself, I think, in the physical or financial sense. You're ready for this. And again, it's kind of the Capricorn energy, looking at the future. We're understanding what's required of us. We're looking at the future. We're looking at that mountain. We're thinking, yep, I'm going to have to go full goat to get up that mountain. And I think that you're not worried. You know that you have this energy in you. You know that you've got this wonderful engine in your car, and you've tuned it up, and you've checked the oil, and it's just perfect. It's just let's just enjoy. Let's enjoy today. Tomorrow we get in the car, the engine's going to start right up, and we're going to do our very best. Maybe it is a race because this kind of looks like one of those tracks, like in the old video games, the figure 8 track. I used to love the racing games when I was a kid. But up above the surface, the giant position, position 5, we have the Princess of Cups. And to me, the Princess of Cups is you connecting with your purpose of why we're doing this. What does it mean to you, right? The princess is trying to manifest a dream, feels a dream, a wish, a hope, an aspiration, feels a yearning for something, and is now following it, manifesting it. This is feeling to behavior. I have an emotion, I act on it, right? I think for you right now, because this is looming up above, and this sort of represents the reading in a nutshell. I feel like this is your connection with your true purpose here. That this is a dream of yours. This has always been an aspiration, a yearning. This is something that you kind of have. You have your tranquility and your clarity and your peace and your stillness because you believe that you're meant to do this. Right? You have this emotional connection with this work. Again, this is all the physical stuff. Because this is the horizontal axis of the path of the dove. And this is all earth energy. And you have your heart and your mind supporting you in this effort. So this is really extraordinary because this is you manifesting. Okay? The earth energy, your physical activities, your heart and your mind are supporting you. We don't see that very often. Okay? And this is saying, I want it so bad, I want it right now, I want it. And your mind is just, internally you have this peace. Like your heart is just, it wants it so bad. But your mind is just kind of zen and thinking, okay, yeah, don't worry, heart. We'll do it. We'll get it. You know, you have that balance between the heart and the mind that is essential for manifesting. The art and science of manifestation requires fire and earth, that spiritual electrical circuit of creation, requires a conductor. The conductor is the human heart and mind. In the hierarchy of the hermetic elements, you've got your fire at the top, earth at the bottom. That's the circuit we're trying to complete, right? And in order for the fire to get to earth, it's got to go through the water and the air. Okay? And that's the heart and the mind. We've got to want it. We've got to have a plan to kind of know how to get it done. And then, of course, we got to move the feet. The Two of Pentacles is you moving the feet. Moving the ball downfield. Or whatever, right? This is things going up and to the right. The trajectory is desirable. Yeah. It's the card of change, and this is the imago. This is the 6th position in our spread. The Two of Pentacles is a card of harmonious change. And that tells us that the way forward for you, the next steps for you, are to get things moving, to do the thing, right? So this to me represents your activity. Whatever this devil energy, whatever this goat is getting ready to do to the best of its ability, this is you now doing it and making progress. Harmonious change. We're taking a step in the right direction. Things are improving. This is us literally like, running the race. Okay? And this is the immediate future. So I think this is coming very, very soon where you're going to have to put your feet on the ground and start doing the thing. Okay? This is kind of the moment of your performance, right? But performance kind of, it almost like instills a little bit of that anxiety. So maybe we're not looking at it as a performance. Maybe you're looking at it as the privilege to do what your heart has been yearning for so long, and your mind has been very clear about its intention, about its plan. We've been, I don't know, like it's, when you're anticipating something, it's almost like it's hard to sleep at night. You get fidgety, you get anxious. The days go by really slow. I feel like you're sleeping like a baby. I feel like everything's in its place, everything's ready. We're just waiting for the green light, and then all this rush of activity. It's the calm before the storm. Yeah. And the Two of Pentacles is the movement. Okay. We're dealing with the terrain. We're hyper-focused, and we know every step is really going to count. Some steps are going to be very easy. Other steps are going to be challenging. We're really paying attention to every movement. Okay, every step is going to be very crucial. So we need to have that concentration. We need to have the blinders on. We need to be hyper-focused because every step counts now. Path of the Serpent, let's talk about these cards. Talking about the 6 of Cups. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are free, and subscribing really does help support the channel. I appreciate that. So, position 7 is the persona. This is how other people see you. Other people see you as part of the family. Other people see your compassion. Other people see your love. I think that you exist in a place of love and tranquility right now. You have a lot of love in your heart for everybody. You practice gratitude. And I wonder if you have a lot of practices that sort of are just part of your life that allow you or enable you to handle stress, handle anticipation, to keep anxiety at bay. You know, I think having gratitude, practicing gratitude, even in moments of chaos and moments of stress, when we usually feel this anxiety, I think practicing the gratitude really helps us to stay calm, keep the open heart, keep a pure heart and an open mind, a clear head, and a sober mind. You've got clarity of mind, you've got peace in your heart. And I think this is fantastic. I think that, like I said earlier, it feels like everywhere you go, you're family. I think people feel your warmth. When you walk into a room, people feel comfortable with you instantly, you know? And at work, at home, at school, I feel like you're loved. Yeah. And I don't know that you really look at it that way, because this is your subjective thing. You're just like, I'm just being what I am, you know? Because this is kind of like, this is the natural thing. I'm just doing what works for me. I'm not trying to be loved by everybody, you know? It just sort of happens, right? Because I think you're kind of treating people the way, like, it's not a question. Why wouldn't I? And of course I'm gonna, you know, it's a tree. You're not gonna I don't know, you're not gonna give it rocks for soil. You're not gonna give it, like, I don't know, lemonade instead of water. Like, it's a tree. I'm gonna treat it like a tree, you know? And I think people appreciate that about you, because you seem authentic. It doesn't seem like you're trying to really put it on to be liked. You don't try hard to be liked. You are liked, you know? And this is a card of pleasure as well. And I think that you really know how to feel good. You know how to indulge, and you know how to relax. I think you're an expert at relaxing when you need to, and when it's appropriate, and when that's what's called for. And then you know how to turn the engine on and get that goat revved up and get it up the mountain. You know, you look at people who are in sports, and in these, especially like very aggressive sports like boxing or MMA or something, they're not like that all day, you know? They're not just a beast like all day long. No, they're a beast in the ring when they need to, and then they're probably very gentle people otherwise. Okay, and I think that's your energy right now, and I think that's fantastic. Now starts the real good stuff, because the next card is your 10 of Wands in your environment, in your relationships. This is level 10. This is you pulling out all the stops, going as hard as you can, as fast as you can. This is intensity. This is like you're going to the gym and you're gonna bust your butt like you've never done it before. Okay, you've been resting, you've been doing your self-care, you had a very gentle day. This is major intensity. This is as hard as you can go. And you can't do this every day, right? And that's what's really important in this situation, because I feel that this is a huge burst of energy. It has to be maximum. It's like we're running that race, and yeah, we're gonna drive as fast as we can. It's like maybe this is a sprint and not a marathon, right? Maybe this is like, I've got to just go pedal to the metal as hard as I can until it's over. I can't do that every day, but that's what is being called for right now. Level 10 effort. And I think we're going to get the level 10 rewards also, yeah. This card's suggesting that maybe there is some kind of a collaboration. To me, it kind of feels like two against the world. So it may be that there is a relationship in your life where there's some support, or there's some kind of like, there's somebody else that's helping you here, or somebody else that you're working with, or you have like a teammate or like a partner or something along those lines. This is now the moment's coming for a really big push. We have to surge, push. And I think that we have someone with us that is kind of helping us or motivating us or keeping us going or keeping us focused and on task or something like that, okay? Because I feel that there's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of weight. It's a very heavy situation because it feels like it is life-changing. I mean, we're sort of bringing about a tower moment. You're breaking through some kind of a ceiling or some kind of an obstacle. You're leveling up big time. So there's a lot riding on this. And I think it's important that in your relationships, you have that person who can support you. Okay, and I think you do, and I think you're very grateful for them, especially with the Six of Cups. This feels like family. It feels like we're all here supporting each other, that we're valuing each other, and we're showing that support, maybe moral support. But I think, in a physical way too, there's somebody that is kind of helping you to do this, or we're doing it as part of a team or something along those lines. Now, the next card is that Tower. And this is in the fear, worry, concern. This is the anxiety. Usually that would cause anxiety. Okay, but you're a very interesting case today because you don't have anxiety. You have a calmness, you have a peacefulness. You're doing your breathing exercises and you're meditating and you're doing the self-care and you're kind of surrendering a little bit, and you are you're staying very tranquil in your heart and your mind. And your heart and your mind are supporting your efforts in your physical movement currently, right? Going forward in time. This represents sort of the earthly plane. This represents, the kind of interior or psychic or spiritual plane, with your heart and your mind supporting what you're doing in the external world. You're bringing about a Tower moment. I think that you're invoking the Tower. You're calling upon that Tower to change your life, and this is kind of like breaking through the ceiling, or breaking down the obstacle, or getting past, getting past any kind of limitation. And the Tower is a very transformative card. It's a moment of novelty. It's a very sudden change. That's why I feel like this is a sprint and not a marathon. We don't have the Death card. All right, slow, gradual change over the course of time. No, we have going along nice. I'm just relaxing. I got my feet up on the couch, and then bang, things are different. In one day, right? It's kind of like this is that one boxing match or that one race. It's going to change everything for you. This is that big moment, that big performance, that big life-changing thing. And the more I talk about it, the more I start to feel anxious. But you have this calm peacefulness. Stay calm, stay focused. Okay? I feel like you're somebody who you don't let fear or anxiety or anticipation rule over you. Okay? I feel like you're someone who can stay very cool under pressure. Very calm. In the face of like a disaster or something, you're the person I'd want with me. Because you're not just lying down saying, I don't care, let it happen, whatever. No, you are able to turn that engine. You're able to turn on this devil energy when you need it, and yet still stay focused, clear-headed, and get things done. You're not going to freak out. You're not going to run around screaming. You're not going to lie down on the floor and just say, I give up. No, you have this calm, collected, assertiveness and strength in you. I feel that, and maybe with with some of this devil energy, maybe like you've been spending the last few days a little bit more isolated from people. Kind of, we've just been focusing and meditating, doing the self-care stuff. Because I think you're not looking for distractions. You're not looking for too much activity, too much socializing. I feel like you're just kind of minimal. You're cultivating that tranquility. Yeah, cultivating that tranquility. I think you trust in yourself, you believe in yourself, and that inspires others too. And this Tower moment's going to change your life. Miracles are happening right now. And this is that event. In one day, I feel like everything's going to be different. This is that performance. This is that speech you're going to give. This is that musical performance or the audition you're going on. This is the presentation at work or at school. That's going to change everything. This is that interview you're going on. It's going to change everything. Okay? Whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a sport, right? That's just our analogy here. But this could be anything like that. Been preparing for, you're taking a test, filling out an application, going on the interview, going on the audition. Okay? You're going to go do the performance. You're going to, You're going to get on stage and say your poem, or I don't know, like whatever it is. It's going to change everything. And your destiny card, position 10, is the 7 of Swords because, yeah, there is going to always be some kind of opposition and some kind of resistance. Your mind is not perfect. We can't stay in this meditative state forever. So what the 7 is, if we look at it, it's the Ace of Swords with a lot of these other little daggers trying to slow us down or poke holes in what we're doing. But if we look at the 7 closely, none of those swords are actually touching us. Okay? They're phantoms. They're phantoms. They're not real. We stay on our central path. We keep our mind focused, right? What other people say, the crowd, the other, like you're at the ball game, you're the bottom of the ninth inning, 2 outs, right? And you're pitching. The crowd's going to be yelling at you, taunting you, heckling you. Maybe you're doing stand-up comedy. And that stuff cannot hurt you if we don't let it. Those words do not have to break your concentration or break your focus. They will try. So what Spirit's trying to tell you is that as you're performing this thing, whatever it is, you're taking a test, you're giving your presentation, you're on stage telling your jokes, or playing your guitar, or saying your poetry, or whatever, giving your speech, there will be thoughts, there will be words, sounds, right, coming from inside of you that are trying to break your concentration, okay? There will be other things happening from other people coming in. You'll hear somebody cough or laugh or sneeze or something, and that's going to try to throw you off. Okay? Prepare yourself for these kinds of distractions. Don't let yourself get distracted. Right now you have this calmness, this tranquility. When you're in the game, you got to have laser focus, you got to have concentration. Don't let anybody distract your eyes or your body or your heart or your mind or your spirit. Stay laser focused, stay locked in. Because there will be a desire to push, to deviate. There's no deviation here. I think this is the big message here, that when you're on this path, you need to have that same kind of tranquility and one-pointed concentration, clarity, which is, again, it's kind of easy to have this when we're here, we're at home, we're sort of like we're relaxing the day before. But then when we're in this chaos, it's another thing to try to maintain that clarity. But that's the task ahead of you. Okay? That's the work for you. And I think that needs to be emphasized. Let's look at the mystery card. This is position 11. This is the guide. It's the voice of the silence within you. It is the message from your higher self. It usually represents a character quality that we should develop in order to walk the path ahead. What do we think it's going to be? Ace of Wands, maybe. It could be, it could really be kind of an expression of the goal. It could be a 10 of something. I kind of want to see the cups. I kind of want to see the 10 of cups, or 9 of cups, or pentacles too, maybe. I think depending on what suit we get, it might indicate what this task really is for you. Okay, what kind of performance it is. So if you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Here we go. The Page of Wands. I feel like it is some kind of an athletic thing or some kind of a sport thing, because this is like you're polishing your wand here, because you're getting ready, because you're going to throw this thing downfield. It's like you're getting, you're prepared. It's like you're on stage now and you're just about ready to do it. So I think what we need is courage, but not so much courage, but like get the adrenaline pumping. Let yourself get into that kind of that energy, that heightened energy level, that arousal, right? I think that it's kind of like we're not letting the nerves get to us. We're not letting our doubts creep in. We're sort of taking a bunch of really quick breaths, the fire breaths, and we're just going in. The dragon breathing, I think that's what it's called. And we're rushing in. You know, it's kind of like you might see before a fight or a match or something, that people just kind of, they run in place real quick, they take a bunch of quick breaths, and then they run onto the field. They're just like, they're trying to sort of, to turbocharge their nervous system. Yeah. And the page here is also a knight in training. So it's a squire. So it's reminding us that all we can do is our very best. We don't have to worry about being perfect. We don't have to worry about making a mistake. We don't want to let those doubts creep in. And I feel like we've already let go of all that. Remember earlier in the reading, I know it's been almost an hour now. Earlier in the reading, we said that we've sort of surrendered, that we said, I'm going to do my very best. I've prepared for it. I've trained. I'm in the best condition. I'm going to do my absolute very best. And the rest will be what it will be. And that's kind of the page of Wand, just saying, I'm just excited. I just want to do this. I don't care how it ends. I'm going to put my all into it. Okay. And again, this is kind of a card that represents more of a sprint than a marathon. It's kind of a Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands, kind of impulsive, kind of like a big burst of energy, and then it says, okay, I'm done. I feel like this is something that's happening, and it's not even going to take that long. You know what I mean? I feel like it's been a lot of preparation, a lot of just sort of like, you know, a lot of development, but the actual execution of this is going to take no time at all. Okay, this is a race, this is a sprint, this is a presentation that's going to take like 5 minutes, 30 seconds even, right? But that's enough to change your life. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, we'll do an I Ching hexagram, we'll do some oracle cards. There is a link in the corner. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we are all in this together.